Good morning. It's very early on the last day of the cruise. We're back in Miami, but it's not over yet because we've got another excursion before we get on the plane and head home. I'm sad that the cruise is coming to an end, but I'm very excited to get home and see Demi. So let's go have some breakfast and then we'll head out on our excursion and then it'll be the airport. One last look from our balcony on Icon of the Seas. It's been so much fun. Oh, this is always a sad sight, the last day of the cruise, when everyone's luggage is down the hall. All the rooms are getting cleaned, ready for the next lot of people coming on board. So it's just a sea of suitcases. And bags of towels and things for the room to get changed. I wonder if the washy man's out. Or is
Coming the quiet side.
going for some pastries this morning, yum. Just arrived at the Everglades Holiday Park where hopefully we're going to be able to see some alligators today. Just finishing up putting the fencing up, ready for the queue lines, so we shouldn't be too much longer before we get on board one of those boats. That's where we're going to be heading out to in a moment. So we're going to be heading out into the Everglades and hopefully see some alligators and some other animals. Here's a closer look of one of the airboats that you go out on. Now these are very loud, so I have brought earplugs with me. Heading out to our boat now. I think you get about an hour out there, so hopefully we'll see some animals. That's one of the airboats there, but without a roof on. All of the ones that go out have roofs on. There it is, so we're getting on Hurricane. Oh Jesus! See you plugging in? See what I mean about them being super loud? Pro tip, bring your earplugs.
Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing today?
Good.
Good. My name is Captain JR. I'm going to be your captain and tour guide today. Want to go fast enough? You guys like going fast? Yeah! I ain't got no brakes, no brakes. All right, guys. If you can hear me, let me hear you. Once again, good morning and welcome to Everglades Holiday Park, the gateway to the beautiful Florida Everglades. Please keep your arms, legs, head, shoulders, knees, and toes inside the boat at all times because, well, once you hit that water, I will not be going in after you and you will become gator bait. And state and federal law prohibit the harassing, the touching, or the feeding alligators. Come up on your left-hand side, you're going to see some funny-looking birds. Those are Florida cormorant, a subspecies of the double-crested cormorant. They can dive 16 feet deep and hold their breath for nearly a minute. They can swim and bursts of up to 35 miles an hour. They are faster than the fish they eat, faster than the alligators that try to eat them. Now up in the trees, you got two white birds up there. Those are snowy egret. They're a small to medium-sized member of the egret family. They primarily eat fish, but also eat amphibians, insects, and crustaceans. That's the male South American green iguana. Yes, I did say green, but that's what happens when you let the 2-year-old color in the iguana. Iguanas are herbivores, but also eat bird eggs. established our first speed trail. The boat they're on is known as Hurricane. She was built right here at the park 8 years ago. She is made out of 2.5 tons of lightweight aircraft aluminum. For all my speed fans on board, I've got not one but two 502 cubic inch Chevrolet V8 LS engines, and they're sitting pretty. With nearly 800 horses back in their stable. We're about to get upwards of 35 miles an hour, so at this moment we'd like to ask you to please hold on to all your belongings. Look to your left, look to your right, grab onto your loved one, hold on tight because we're about to get fast. I hope you guys enjoyed that. The canal that we just entered is the L68 canal. It travels 8 miles north Alligator Alley and Interstate 75, over 30 miles down south to Tamiami Trail and Mikasuki. It took the Army Corps of Engineers over 8 years to dredge this one canal. After the two dominant species on the island, the American black vulture and the turkey vulture. If you ever wonder what it felt like to stare death right in the face, start looking up in the trees and along the ground, you gotta look for dark objects. Those are your vultures. The black vulture is the smaller of the two species, has all black feathers in its head. Turkey vultures are brown with all red feathers head. They kind of look like a turkey. Just don't tell them that. Nope. Other birds that live in the island: white ibis, red-shouldered hawk, and osprey. At about 6 p.m. every evening, this entire island front is going to fill with over 250 vultures. The grass you see to the left and to the right of the canal is cattail grass. It stretches for miles throughout the Everglades. To the native Seminole, Mikasuki, and Creek tribes of Florida, the Everglades is known as the Endless River of Grass. Shallowest and slowest moving river in all of North America, with an average water depth of 4 feet and a rate of flow of half a mile per day. The Everglades is home to over 150 native and non-native species of fish. Most notable of the native species is the largemouth bass. Of the non-native species, the butterfly peacock bass from Venezuela. We also have crappies, bluegills, sunfish, warmouth bass, spotted gar, alligator gar, Florida gar, tarpon, tilapia, oscars, cichlids, carp, 6 different types of catfish, plus many, many more. And please, whatever you do, I beg of you, keep your fingers out of the water. There have been reports of piranha in South Florida. We now reached our second speed trail. So once again, please hold on to all your belongings, to all your loved ones. We're about to get fast for the last time. Turtles, keep your eyes on that water. You may see one swim by. You might see a pond-sided turtle, also known as a cooter or a terrapin, a red-eared slider turtle, perhaps a Florida softshell with its long neck, maybe a common snapping turtle, or, if you're lucky, a very rare, yet very dangerous, the teenage mutant ninja turtle, weighing up to 200 pounds, big carapace up to 4 feet in diameter, and can remove your arm one swipe of its katana. I know some of you came out here to see alligators. Some of you came out here to see birds. A couple of you came out here just to see me. But the rest of you came out here for one thing and one thing alone, and that is water. All the water that you see is fresh water. It's 100% rain-fed. We live in South Florida. This is your drinking water. The tall, skinny trees on top of the levees are gumbo limbo trees, also known as the tourist tree, because their red pilly bark resembles a sunburned tourist. The trees they see growing out of the water on either side of the canal, these are pond apple trees. 6 months out of the year, the pond apple will produce a fruit that looks a lot like a green apple. Pond apples are highly toxic and are only edible once they ripen and start to turn orange. They're also known as the alligator apple. When the fruit hits the water, alligators will eat them.
Look at all these birds in the pavement. So pretty. I think these are some of the birds you can see around the Everglades. We didn't get to see gators on the boat, but we can see them now at the famous Gator pit. Here's a closer look. These guys are humongous.
and it happens every day. One of them will try to see if I'm paying attention and try to grab the back of my leg. And if I'm not, any one of these very lazy animals would rip my legs off, eat it in front of me, and not think twice or feel bad about it because he's an alligator, not a Labrador. There's never a bond, there's never a friendship, they're not my pets. I love them, they don't love me. Yes, they bite. The big guy over there bit our old boss for 4 times. That's why he's our favorite. He's a good boy. Now right behind the alligator's eyes are their ears that go front right there. Hope y'all can see that. For the people on this side, they can seal off their ears, their nostrils, and the back of their throat. Although alligators live underwater, they don't breathe underwater, but he can hold his breath for an amazing 6 hours at a time. Another crazy thing to keep in mind, they're cold-blooded. You are warm-blooded animals. You need to eat all the time to keep your metabolism up. That guy just needs to sit in the sun to do the same exact thing, and because of that, a healthy alligator can go 6 months to a year without eating. Not that he'd enjoy that, but if he was forced to, he can, so they can all afford to be as lazy as they want to be. And the most important thing I can tell you about him is there's a reason to keep him around. People go out of their way to run them over, shoot them, you name it, because they think they're out to kill people, which is really not the case. They serve an important purpose. Here in our Everglades, during our dry season, there'll be some sections of Everglades out there that have no water. So in preparation, alligators will dig a pond for themselves called an alligator hole. And that will be the last place of survival for fish, for a huge surrounding area as those water levels go down. And in turn, for the land animals, it becomes an oasis for other animals to drink the water and eat the fish that have collected there, which is why they also have the nickname of Guardians of the Everglades, because without them it would almost be impossible to survive out there. And now before I do my last trick, I'm going to tell you about myself. You think I'm a nut job. I know how it looks. I'm currently pursuing an environmental studies degree. It's always been a dream of mine to work with animals, and of course teach people about them. I really hope every single one of you here leave with a newfound respect for these very awesome and misunderstood creatures. Only downside, though, to working here, it's really dangerous. And due to the danger factor, like an alligator trapper, I am legally not an employee of the park. That way I'm not on their insurance. That way if he did rip off my hands, I get a get well soon card and a kick out the door. Literally the healthcare plan. Due to liability, all the alligator wrestlers are unpaid volunteers doing the show for free. So if you enjoy the show, have fun, learn about gators, like the fact that we're a rescue and we save these goofballs, we really appreciate anything that goes in a little tip jar / hand replacement fun at the end. And now for the legal disclaimer. Don't try this on your own. I'm calm and comfortable around the animals, not because it's safe, but I've received years worth of training and I'm what you call desensitized and mentally unstable. Does take one slip, I can't lose life for a limb, guys. I haven't had any bad accidents. I know some people that have. One guy got bit in the hand during a show, Gator shook, death rolled, snapped his bone in half. Luckily, he kept that piece. His hand was just facing the wrong direction for a little too long. Other guy, not so lucky, this was out in the middle of nowhere. Gator grabbed him in the bicep, chopped him off his back, death roll, then peeled his bicep muscle from his bone, ate the trunk of his arm, and he almost bled out and died. I'm not saying this to be dramatic. I'm not trying to scare you. I don't want you to be afraid of them, but I know I can make it look so easy. People forget they're powerful apex predators. Never try this or approach them, but look at them. They're not out to get you. They're not going to sprint and chase you down. That zigzag thing is a total lie. I have never had to do anything faster than a speed walk to get away from an alligator on land. But everything changes when you guys feed them, swim in their habitat, or of course try to touch them. If you leave them alone, they'll leave you alone. Now, it wouldn't be alligator wrestling without the face off. It's the celebratory technique where I open up his mouth, balance my chin on the edge of the open jaws, and if anything touches inside, they'll slam shut because it's a reflex. Yay! You gotta have a dark sense of humor. Yeah. So I'm gonna open up his mouth. I already said that, but anyways, let's give this a shot. It's always the little ones. Little ones are always way scarier. By the end of the day, I'll use like a big guy like that over there, and he will not move the entire show, making my life way easier. Please be nice. And there's the gator. Let's see how far he decides to walk. I think that's it. He's going to lay here for the next 3 hours. Now for you guys, we're going to take in a baby gator and some other cool animals to check out. If you have any questions for me, I will be standing strategically by the TikTok or either the guys or whatever. Guys, enjoy the show and have fun. Yay! Awesome. So for you guys, it's right back this way for your baby gator photo / exit, and I hope you all have a safe trip home. God bless.
Again, if you would like a photo with a baby gator or a snake, you're going to make your way all the way around and line up at the orange
a gator right at the back there. There's another one here chilling. It's hard to see with the reflection on the glass, so I apologise if you can't see very well. Look at the size of that tortoise. Oh wow, an albino gator. Look at it. Amazing. There's a raccoon having a nap in that pipe. How cute. Deli offers breakfast and lunch specials, and if you've got kids, they've got stuff on the menu that they'll like as well. They've got things like burgers, hot dogs, sandwiches, they've got mozzarella sticks, chicken fingers and lots more. If you haven't pre-booked, you can get tickets for the boats and animal encounters here. There's vending machines for drinks as well as the store, although this one is out of order. Let's go have a look around the shop. It's going to be a really quick whiz around the shop because we have to get back to the bus, but I just wanted to show you before we leave. There's lots of different hoodies, jar openers, that's interesting. I don't think I've seen those before. Key rings and mugs, shot glasses, dream catchers, caps and t-shirts with the Everglades on, Christmas ornaments, kids backpack and toys, kids clothing, more hats. Wow, look at this alligator one. Lots of drinks and snacks. So that wraps up our time here at the Everglades Holiday Park. I just wanted to do a vlog and show you something fun that you can do if you have a lot of time between getting off the cruise ship and waiting for your flight. So this was booked through the cruise line and it included transport from the ship to the Everglades and then from the Everglades to the airport, and your luggage is looked after in the coach. So it's nice and safe, you don't have to worry about anything when it comes to luggage and carrying it around, not being able to go anywhere or do anything other than going straight to the airport and waiting around for hours on end because of all your bags. It's all taken care of. We didn't see any gators on the boat tour itself, but we did see some in the gator pit and in the small wildlife park area they have here, as well as some other animals such as tortoise and raccoon. It's maybe not going to blow your mind on the boat tour, and it does get a little crowded and chaotic here, but I would still rather take coming here over staying hours sat in the airport waiting for the flight all day. So this is definitely much more fun. I hope you enjoyed our little visit to see some gators. I love sharing these experiences with you, and I have many more coming up, so stay tuned. Have a magical day or evening whenever you're watching, and I'll see you for the next adventure.